We're back, and we are now joined by another incredible guest who is actually on the autism spectrum, but is making a big splash in the fashion world, Michael Ryan Andolsek. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Hello, thank you very much.
So good to have you here. And you are the Chief Creative Officer or Executive Creator of Andolsek, which is your own design company.
Yes, that is correct.
So,
And I had misspoken earlier and said that you were 21. You were 21 when you were diagnosed on the autism spectrum, but you're 25 now. And notably, not only do you have your own line, but you've made it a priority to hire individuals who are on the autism spectrum, which is amazing, and we commend you for that. I want to talk about how you became a designer, and then later I want to talk about how you found out that you were on the autism spectrum, and maybe they go hand in hand.
As a designer, I have 4 sisters, and we played dress up as kids. I've always liked fancy clothing, and when I was 15 at high school, I decided to not participate in gym class and instead hung out on the bleachers with a friend of mine who loved Vogue magazine. And as we browsed through the pages, I thought, what a fun world. I had never realized that it was an industry, that there were professions behind the clothes that we used to dress up in as kids.
And so you found your home?
Yes. So from there, my parents actually encouraged me to drop out of high school and begin college at the Salt Lake Community College Fashion Institute, where I continued for 2 years. And then after that, I did a study abroad in Paris with Parsons, the New School for Design. And after that, I went to Paris again after returning to learn French. I don't speak it very well, but to learn a bit so that I could go to a couture program in Paris.
And then when did you start your own company?
In late 2013.
Okay.
Wow.
And
we just launched the company with our product line on March 4th this year.
Okay, congratulations. How has your autism influenced your work as a designer and the creative executive of your own company?
Well, autism is a part of who I am in everything I do, not just at work, but at home, at church, wherever I go. So, I suppose my work environment is a little different than maybe others because I require certain lighting and, no food and no strong scents. But
but you employ. Let's talk about the fact that you have people with autism that you employ. That's a big philosophy of your company, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
How many people with autism do you employ? Is there a percentage?
66% of our employees have autism.
Okay.
And
what is some of the work that they do for you, Michael?
Pattern making, a bit of sewing, and embroidery. That is a really cool one. So if you visit our website and look at some of our remarkable pieces, that's what we've titled our pieces that have embroideries on them. The embellishment work is just tremendous. We have one young man whose attention to detail is so incredible that when you flip over the pieces and look at the inside of the construction of the embroideries, they're just as beautiful as the outer shell, with the crystals and beads. It's very great. And so, like me, I suppose, I need certain accommodations. That's what we provide here for the other people with autism. If they want the room to be a certain temperature or to be near a window, to have certain kind of lighting, minimal lighting, whatever's best. Quiet, we listen to, our headphones or anything that just makes the environment more conducive to productivity and success and comfort, then we try and make it work.
Well, and Michael, one of the big topics this year, in fact, it's the whole push that the UN had for World Autism Awareness Day, is about autonomy and employment. and the right of everybody to have a job. You just talked about some of the accommodations that you make, and who better than you to understand why those accommodations are so essential for your employees. But I'm guessing, and you kind of hinted at it a little bit, saying the attention to detail, that there are some big pluses for having individuals who are on the autism spectrum working for you. And as an individual who's on the spectrum, what do you, when you talk to other employers, what do you tell them are the pluses for working with those individuals?
Oh, it's quite a good list. Punctuality, hard work, focus. Those are really core strengths that I'm coming across with the individuals that I work with and interview to work with.
And obviously talent. My goodness, you are so talented, and the people who are doing these embroidery and beadwork, I mean, this is talent.
We've seen some of these images here. We've put up some images on the screen.
It's
Really
stunning
beautiful
work.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'll be sure to pass on all your compliments.
Yes.
Yes, it's great. I mean, when you can find, I think, any human being, when they find what they love, they do well, if they're given the opportunity. Our embroiderer, for example, was not at all interested in clothing. When I met with him, we were going over the different responsibilities and different tasks that he could take on and see if he was interested in, computer work or finance or sewing, pattern making, etc. And he saw the embroideries and thought, why don't I try this? And from there, he's developed tremendous skill and a real passion. And yes, this is a talent of his shining through.
Are you saying he had never embroidered before?
No.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Mm.
Well, clearly you not only have a talent and a vision for clothing, but you also are somebody who inspires people to find their talent as well, because that takes patience, but it also takes talent to do what you've got going on there. Amazing. In fact, we've mentioned talent many times. Tell us what the hashtag Autism Talents is all about.
Well, we have a website for our shopping platform, and our shopping platform is andolsek.us, and then we also have andolsek.org, which showcases the autism component of our company, the social initiative to employ people with autism. And as we launched that to feature information on what we're doing as a business, we thought of the incredible work that not only we see here at our company with people with autism and that they produce, but there are many people who don't work for us, who may not even have jobs, but do wonderful things, and it could be contributed to their autism. And so we thought, why don't we have a hashtag where people can label their posts and feature their creative work, whatever it is. And one of the other components to this is we're not looking for sympathy, it's about the strengths rather than the challenges that come with autism. So when promoting your work and using the hashtag, it's, yes, this is what I can do, and other people can celebrate with you then in your accomplishments.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
I love, you have a statement that I'd like to read just part of. What if you gather together a group of people, find out their interests and skills, and then create jobs according to those interests and skills? Would it mean greater productivity or lead to greater problems? My theory was that it would be a winning concept. So by developing jobs around different individual skills, the Andolsek Company started the journey of testing this hypothesis. And then you said by working around their challenges to get to their strengths, you're doing something greater than you realize. You're giving them a chance to live without an unnecessary amount of stress, a chance to do what they love, to feel as every human being should, useful and valued.
Beautiful sentiment. So we've put it up there once before, but where can people go to see more of the work that you're doing and to buy some of the clothing that you are making that's stunning?
www.andolsek.us.
Okay. And I promised people that I was going to ask this because I've seen the pictures and your work is absolutely stunning. I'm sitting here with Nancy, and Nancy, I said, Nancy's a Barbie doll. She's built like a Barbie doll, and she would look amazing in everything that you've got. I've always said that we could dress you up. You look like a president's wife. She has got the dress up body. But Michael, do you make anything for people like me who are fuller figured? Do you do the plus size? Have you ventured into that? Could we talk you into it?
Oh, well, we're growing, and we're small. We have a small line of dresses, jackets, and skirts. It's quite minimal, but we offer ranges, a size range of 0 to 14, and we'll expand as our business does.
All right.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
good.
But for those of you who are 0 to 14, man, it's beautiful.
Beautiful
high
clothing. Go
end.
take a look at it. Absolutely
couture
stunning.
is what it looks like.
It is.
It's absolutely stunning.
So, Michael, what are your hopes for your company? Where do you want to go?
I would like to continue as a dressmaker, and is that the statement that you read of mine, a few moments ago, says that that we want to find people's talents, and so I like dressmaking, and people have told me I have a talent in here, and so we built this business around fashion, and then I want to continue to find other people's talents and let them grow and flourish, and that could be in many different departments of the company, but one day maybe we'll have storefronts around the globe. That would be fun, but we want to grow and continue to give people opportunities and have fun doing it.
So the sky's the limit for you, I think.
I hope.
I think it will. I fully expect that next red carpet season, we're going to see some people who are going to be saying that they're wearing Andolsek. That's what we're going to hear, and we'll remember when. One quick last question. So we see you, and you're just doing so amazingly, but 4 years ago, you got a diagnosis of an autism spectrum disorder. What was happening in your life 4 years ago that caused you to go and say, I need to get looked at for this? Were there things that were obstacles that were in your way?
Yes. I was living in Paris, and at school there, it was just, it was great, learning a ton, but it was quite challenging. Living on my own in a foreign country, I didn't speak French all that well, and I'm very picky about what I eat, so I eat very little over there. Because they don't have Cheez-Its, so that's a main part of my diet. Microwavable pizzas, that kind of thing. So
you make these beautiful high-end clothing, but your taste in food is somewhat different. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You have very bourgeois.
I box food and then do meals, but so over there, then I think it just was just too much stress, and I returned home, and my parents thought, we got to figure out what's going on. Why weren't you able to cope, with everything over there? And so we met with a couple of doctors and psychiatrists, and every single one of them asked, well, has he ever been tested for autism? And immediately, I went through the testing, and I was given the diagnosis of high-functioning autism.
All right.
So.
And did that, finding out that you were on the autism spectrum, did that in some ways give you answers that you've been searching for and make you feel good about that in many ways?
I didn't know that my perspective of things in life was different from other people's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that the way I think is different, and the way I think things should happen is different than the way other people think things should happen. So it was interesting to me to learn that my brain is a bit different from other people, and it was kind of fun to learn about myself that way and to dissect my past and go over my childhood and adolescence and figure out, okay, you did this and then you did that, and why you did this and why you did that compared to other children, and why things didn't go well or why things did go well. That was neat. But I hadn't been looking for answers. I was struggling, and so we were trying to figure out what we could do. My parents, I think, figured what could we do to help Michael cope with his anxiety and stress a bit better. And so that's why we did seek help from doctors. But I wasn't wondering, oh, I'm so odd, or there must be something totally wrong with me.
Well, I'm glad you weren't, because there isn't anything wrong with you. You're exactly perfect.
Thank you.
And do you feel now, with your company and knowing what you know about that we think differently than you, does it feel better now? Are things a little bit easier because of that?
Yes. And no. For the most part, it's great, because there's open dialogue now between myself and my siblings and other people I know. We really discuss, okay, how do you look at this, and then how's it different from this person, and my family is very supportive then, because they recognize, well, if he'd rather, he wants to eat off of a white plate, we'll just let him, because it's unlike somebody else who would prefer to eat off a white plate because they think it's prettier. This would actually be crippling to Michael if he's not eating off of a white plate. He's not going to eat the dinner at all. So let's just give him the white plate. It's been nice to talk about things and openly and say, well, I prefer this, and I don't like this, etc. And then there are some times when, because people now know I have autism, that they're a bit nervous in approaching me, or having a conversation with me, because they don't know how to interact, if they're okay to talk about certain things or ask me things, and I wonder, yeah, it's okay,
Yeah.
Where are you getting that idea? It's okay to talk.
Right. And
Just
they just don't know what the rules are.
Yes, and the problem is it is a spectrum, and
Yes.
so we're each different. But generally speaking, I mean, most of us don't like to be touched. So I prefer not to give a handshake, but I know how. And maintaining eye contact is difficult, but having a conversation, as long as you're patient with me, I can hold a conversation fairly okay.
Well,
You
clearly.
yes, we've been sitting here talking to you now for, almost 20 minutes, and you're very eloquent. And once again, your designs are absolutely stunning.
They are.
Your corporate philosophy is wonderful, and we want to just commend you for everything that you've accomplished, Michael.
Thank you very much.
Well, and we look forward to seeing, as I said, seeing
Seeing
your
you on the red
dresses all over
carpet.
and on the red carpet.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
joining
being
us.
with us.